I'm Shaquilla Johnson. I'm choosing to discuss President Obama's 2008 acceptance speech. This speech was very inspiring, and I believe that it left America feeling hopeful. His speech was very memorable, and I can never forget the way that it made me feel, the way that America felt, the day that history was made as the first black president of the United States was elected. I was the most proud American. In President Obama's acceptance speech, he made references to Dr. Martin Luther King, "I've been to the mountaintop" speech, when he stated, "The road ahead will be a long one. Our climb will be steep. We may not get there in 1 year, or even 1 term, but America, I have never been more hopeful than I am tonight that we will get there." President Obama was the first African American to be elected into the United States as the president, and there has never been another African American frontrunner. So for that day, America was happy, and in addition, they finally felt someone that could make a difference in America and change the lives of America and the Americans today, because we were facing so many challenges after Bush had came out of office. In his speech, Obama made sure that he spoke with confidence in his techniques in speaking. He's always confident. He has great pronunciation. He knows how to bring the audience in. He definitely focused on some main key points in his speech. He focused on global warming, the economic crisis, and the positive effects of, references to homosexuality. With the global warming, he knew that a lot of Americans were concerned about how our crops were doing, how pretty much the ozone layer and how it's affecting the climate, how all these natural disasters are happening because of that, and how people want a solution. He brought up the economic crisis because our country is in severe debt right now. I mean, many people are worried about the economy, how we're going to get out of debt, how we're going to create a deficit like when Bill Clinton was in office, as well as the unemployment rate, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, different subjects like that. They were really worried about the debt. He also made many references to homosexuality and how he wanted to try to bring Americans together to help with equality. And a lot of the problem was marriage equality. And that definitely affected a lot of people because our homosexuality population is so big that a lot of people are focused on equal rights for the people that are homosexual, and the major concern was that they be able to marry each other. I also, for the President Obama, brought the audience in that speech off of his influences. I think that President Obama is influential in itself. A lot of people look up to him. A lot of people admire him. People that love and hate him always want to hear him speak or hear what he has to say. And I think it's because he carries himself that way that people want to hear what he has to say. In his speech, he also brought the audience in by making the audience relate to the struggles that other people had. He talked about Anna Nixon Cooper, who was the 106-year-old woman who stood in line for 7 hours waiting to vote for her president. The lady Anna was very excited, and she didn't even think she would live to see that day that history would be made, but she did, and she didn't let anyone turn her away. The biggest slogan that Obama used to make Americans feel like there would be change was the "Yes, we can" slogan. He used that slogan to help draw people in. He helped to make people believe and actually do it, make people believe that we could change. America could change. America would be different. America would change for the better. I feel that being a young African-American woman, I have 2 strikes against myself. When President Obama was running for president, there was just so many hopeful things that I believe would change in America. And having him elected that night, I felt like I didn't have to worry about anything. I didn't have any strikes against me. I was just Shaquilla, the American.